we know about the angular gyrus and the supramarginal, area number 39 and 40. We know about this. What is the function? In processing and interpreting the visual, auditory, the somatic sensation, the somatomotor signal, all these sensations, they are processed, interpreted and comprehend. Okay, so we can say the function of this angular gyrus, specifically the angular gyrus and the supramarginal gyrus, this is in semantic processing. What is semantic? Semantic is the meaningful, like the word meaning. Okay, semantic processing, number processing, and the word formation and knowing the meaning of those words. Okay, word formation. So all these are the functions of these angular gyrus: semantic processing, number processing, word formation and understanding thing. It means like our day-to-day activity, all these things, they are done with the help of this particular part of the parietal cortex. So if there happens to be any lesion within the area number 39 and 40, then what all deficiencies will be present in that particular person. That particular person won't be able to read anything written and comprehend it. That person cannot read the word and comprehend the meaning of it. That is called as alexia. Okay, because the word comprehend, the processing, the semantic processing, that will be lost. Secondly, that person won't be able to write down anything. That is called as agraphia. Alexia, agraphia. And if this thing happens to be in the dominant hemisphere, if there happens to be the lesion in the dominant hemisphere of the area number 39 and 40, and dominant means that categorical hemisphere, like in most of the population, this is the left hemisphere. So if there is lesion within the area number 39 and 40 of the left cerebral hemisphere, then that person will have alexia, agraphia. Along with that, there will be, that person won't be able to name the fingers, like this is the little finger, this is the ring finger, this is the middle finger. So that term is called as finger agnosia. Finger agnosia. Alexia, agraphia, finger agnosia. Then there will be issue with the right and left orientation. So loss of the right and left orientation, or we can call it right left disorientation. That person won't be able to tell what is the left side and what is the right side. So alexia, agraphia, finger agnosia, left right disorientation. Then there will be one more thing, that is called as, that person won't be able to do any simple arithmetic calculation like 2 plus 1. That person won't be able to tell 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. That is called as acalculia. Like that person, acalculia is inability to perform any simple arithmetic problem, to solve it. So that person won't be able to read anything and read and understand the meaning of that thing, to write anything, to calculate or do any problem solving thing, arithmetic, won't be able to name the finger, and there will be disorientation in left and right. If all these things, this constellation of the symptom happens, then that particular term is called as syndrome. You know what is syndrome? Syndrome is collection of different symptoms. So if there is a lesion in the dominant hemisphere, area number 39 and 40, that person is suffering from all these various symptoms. it collectively called as Gerstmann syndrome. Gerstmann syndrome. So Gerstmann syndrome is the lesion within the dominant hemisphere parietal cortex, area number 39 and 40, with all these kind of the symptoms. Okay, and if there is any lesion instead of the dominant hemisphere, the non-dominant hemisphere, then these symptoms won't be there. But instead of these, there will be a very peculiar thing that is called as hemi-neglect. Like the non-dominant hemisphere, by convention we take it as the right cerebral hemisphere, right? So if there is lesion in the right cerebral hemisphere in the area number 39 and 40, then that person won't be able to be aware about the left half of the body. You know, that's very like unusual condition, the hemi-neglect. That person might clean his right side of the body, might clean the right side of the body, might do each and every task related to the right side of the body, but won't do on the left side of the body. According to him, the left side, left part of the body does not exist. So he might shave one half, the right half of the face, might not shave the left half of the face, right? And if we make him aware, like say, like I bring that person, suppose I am having that kind of the problem, the hemi-neglect syndrome, and the doctor brings my hand, left arm, in my vision and tells, see, this is your left arm. Then even then, I will not appreciate this thing. I will be in denial of having this issue with me. I won't accept it. I will say, no, it's not my body part. So that's very peculiar or strange kind of the symptom. That's called as hemi-neglect syndrome. Hemi-neglect will happen if there is lesion within the non-dominant hemisphere, area number 39 and 40. So that's all regarding the parietal lobe. So we can conclude that the parietal lobe is kind of a processor of computer brain. It helps in processing, interpreting the different modality of the sensation, like the visual, the auditory, the tactile, the somatosensory, or the motor signal from different part of the brain, integrate it, and helps in making us aware, the visuospatial awareness about ourselves and the surrounding environment. The Gerstmann syndrome. See, if we enhance this diagram, see, this part, this is the angular gyrus. So if there is a lesion within the angular gyrus, what is happening? The person is not able to write down. Agraphia. The person or the patient won't be able to do simple arithmetic calculation, 2 plus 2. This is acalculia. The patient won't be able to name the fingers, identify the fingers. Okay, finger agnosia. Then there is left and right disorientation, like in the right arm, right hand, he is trying to wear the left hand glove. Okay, so all these features will be there. Along with there will be alexia will also happen. Alexia means if there is lesion of that particular area, the angular gyrus and supramarginal gyrus, area number 39 and 40, then alexia will also be there along with that. That alexia is inability to comprehend the word, the written words. Okay, so that's the Gerstmann syndrome, and if this happens if there is lesion in the dominant hemisphere, involvement of the non-dominant cerebral hemisphere, that in situation we will consider as right-sided. Okay, in most of the majority of the population, the right cerebral hemisphere, area number 39 and 40 is involved, then that syndrome will be hemi-neglect. In the hemi-neglect, the person won't be aware about his entire left half of the body, and the more peculiar than being unaware about that left half of the body, he will deny the problem that he is having this issue. Okay, so that's the hemi-neglect syndrome.